No Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley, but there's a lot of Victor Wembanyama as the San Antonio Spurs make their way to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. First quarter, it's Devin Vassell from deep. Wembanyama has been the star of this Spurs team this year, but Devin Vassell continues to find his way. Caris LeVert is going to find the bottom of the net on the beat. The first quarter three. LeVert wasn't done beating buzzers. Trust and believe that. Second quarter, we go. It's Donovan Mitchell looking and finding Sam Merrill for three. Cavaliers take the lead, and they intend on not looking back. Wembanyama's got something to say about that. The big fella lines it up and knocks it down. We're tied at 49 midway through the second. Donovan Mitchell leading this Cavaliers offense. He finds Jarrett Allen, who had a monster game. Allen accepting the challenge and throwing it down. Third quarter we go. It's Wembanyama with the steal. And Wembanyama just kind of forces himself to jump. He didn't need to jump to dunk that. Wembanyama puts the Spurs up a point. LeVert gonna find Mitchell for three. Back and forth action in Cleveland. It's LeVert once again beating the buzzer. This time it's beating the third quarter buzzer. Caris was 4-5 from the three-point line. He had 23 points. Cavaliers starting to get some real motion. It's Max Strus open for three. The NBA has become a get open as quick as you can three-point game. Mitchell, no. Jarrett Allen can't go over Wembanyama, but I can darn sure go through him. Allen just had a monster game on both ends of the court, including this block on Wemby. First, Victor got the crossover behind the back. Allen says, you got me once, but you ain't gonna get me twice. I'm not that nice. Allen with the rejection. He had 29 points and 16 boards. Wembanyama's like, okay, maybe not dunk on this dude. I'll lay it up. Wemby had 24 points. Final seconds. The Spurs are actually going to get a chance at this thing down two. Jeremy Sohan from half court. It's no good. And the Cavaliers hold on, despite almost blowing it, to the Spurs. Your final 117-115. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code FERRO, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code FERRO, and your first deposit will get doubled. So far, so great for OG Anunoby and the New York Knicks since the trade. He's brought a much-needed change of pace for the Knicks as they're in D.C. to take on the Wizards. First quarter, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle kicked his highlight off the right way with three-pointers. The Knicks are already up 13 points. This time around, Randle misses. Miles McBride does not, coming in and cramming home the deuce. A turnover leads to an easy one from Deni Avdija. He had himself a nice game. The only problem is so did Julius Randle. He finds OG Anunoby. That is an easy juice. The Knickerbockers are now up 23. Randle once again misses a three, but he's having a lot of success inside. Julius, little boy day tomorrow, he finishes. And then Randle with the steal. It's Julius with the easy dunk. Things are getting out of hand for the Wizards. That's been pretty much most of their season, if we're being honest. But Kyle Kuzma tries to help bring them back. He gets the block. Deni Avdija on the other end with the score. Okay, we got ourselves a game in the third. Jordan Poole, he's been struggling with his balance all year. He somehow, some way gets it to Kyle Kuzma, who's not been struggling with his balance. Kuzma nails the three. Another turnover in this very messy Knicks-Wizards game is going to lead to a Dante DiVincenzo jam. The Knicks are finding their motion again. It's Brunson inside to DiVincenzo. Oh, don't mind them. They're just doing the Villanova thing. Quentin Grimes, expected to have a bigger role after the Quickly and Barrett trades. He nails the three there. Avdija is going to find Kuzma, who's still grinding and scoring. When it's winning time, though, the Knicks just were too much for the Wizards to handle, in large part due to the big fella in white. Randall had a game-high 39 points, got 7 rebounds, also dished out 5 assists. Brunson had 33. The Knicks blow past the Wizards by 16. LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard is still a premier matchup whenever we get it in the NBA. Lakers hosting the Clippers, technically. A LA matchup. First quarter, Kawhi kicked this thing off the Clipper way, nailing the 3. On the other end, it's not LeBron, but Anthony Davis with the finish. Russell Westbrook was formerly a Laker. Now he's a Clipper alongside a lot of other great scorers like Norman Powell, who finishes. More defense from the former Laker. It's Brody, this time keeping it himself. If I'm going to put the work in to get the steal, I might as well reward myself. Here's that old geezer LeBron James nailing the pull-up jump shot. And then LeBron, just like wine, this dude just keeps getting better with time. And one on the Clippers center, Zubac. Speaking of Zoo, he's going to get him a little get back on the other end. Grown man deuce with LeBron in his chest. Clippers get more steals. It's Terrence Mann finding Kawhi for the easy jam. We're in the third quarter. Another turnover, this time by the Clippers. It's LeBron keeping it himself and getting busy by himself at the expense of Paul George. That's a poster, PG13. Go podcast about that. LeBron catches George slipping and makes him pay. I can still do that. LeBron and the Lakers start to gain momentum. He finds Cam Reddish for 3. Lakers got the lead. But here comes the Clippers. It's Kawhi. Felt like he got fouled. I agree. And then PG13, like, I'm not going to dunk on LeBron, but I'll definitely make some threes to get some revenge. Clippers are up a point now. D'Angelo Russell, trying to find his way back into that Lakers rotation. Nails the 3. Now D'Lo's gonna miss this one, but Christian Wood's there to clean up his brother's mess. Lakers gonna extend their lead to 8 in the 4th as LeBron goes fade away. James at 25, 8 and 7 is pretty much what he's averaging his entire career, we'll be honest. On the other end, the Clippers got a response. It's George inside, Norman Powell outside. The difference in this game, though, is Ty Lue, Clippers head coach, gonna pull Kawhi out due to a minutes restriction, and Anthony Davis and LeBron took advantage of just that. AD had 22 and 10. LeBron got the bucket. Clippers would get a chance with Kawhi out of the game late to tie. Powell got a good look, but he could not make the 3. That thing goes in again, out again, and for the Clippers, that's how things end as they fall to the Lakers 106-103 in the Battle of Los Angeles. Draymond Green is set to make his return again to the Warriors lineup really, really soon, but for now, he can only watch as Otto Porter receives his ring 2 years later for the Warriors 2022 championship. The Toronto Raptors in the building, and boy, did they come with a vengeance to San Francisco. RJ Barrett and Pascal Siakam, they give the Raptors the lead. Gary Trent Jr. keeps it going. Raptors already up 13 points, second quarter. More Barrett. RJ lining it up and showing you what a new situation can do for you. He looks like a changed player in Toronto. On the other end, it's Klay Thompson lining it up, starting to figure it out. Klay was 5 of 7 from the three-point line. Barrett, he was better than that. Off the Scotty Barnes missed dunk. Look at this save from another former Knick, Emmanuel Quickly, and he gets it to the other former Knick, Barrett, who nails the 3. Raptors up a bunch. Third quarter, the Warriors start to rally. It's the chef cooking inside. And then Trace Jackson Davis continues to show why he could be the big man of the future in Golden State. Thompson lines up another 3. He had 25. Klay was fighting in this one to keep the Warriors in this game, but it was just too much good Raptors basketball. On the other end of the court, you saw a Chris Boucher 3, and then Barrett inside. You know, I believe this could have been a game for Pascal Siakam to show the Warriors why they should make a trade for him, but RJ Barrett hijacked it. A season-high 37 points for RJ. Oh, Canada has been good to RJ so far as the Raptors win by 15 over the Warriors. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves got their hands full dealing with not only Luka, but a sizzling Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. Two of the better teams out west get it on in Texas as Rudy Gobert throws down the alley. Other end, it's the Dunn. Doing Dunn-like things, nailing the three. But AE can cock that thing too. How about Edwards inside, showing you the grind? Naz Reid catches Luka off the switch, and it's Naz Reid getting the better of the Dunn there. Luka's got responses, though. He goes right back at Reid and connects. In the second quarter, it's Irving making Minnesota look silly, trying to guard one of the game's best ball handlers that we've ever seen. Dallas up by 5. Edwards was like, hold on now. I got a handle too. Minnesota trying to get a handle on his basketball game. In the third, it was a difficult task, though, because Irving and Luka decided to go off. Kyrie's going to nail back-to-back three-pointers. Mavs up by 5. And then Luka on the same type of time. My guess is he probably put in the same type of grind. He nails the three. Now AE's stuck in no man's land as Luka attacks the rim. You can't play off Kyrie. It ends up being an easy deuce for Luka. Fourth quarter, Edwards and Minnesota fight back. AE had 36 points and 10 boards, but he needs some help. Can Cat give it to him? Right there, he can. That three goes. All in all, though, I do believe the more great perimeter players you have, the better. Unless your name's like Jokic or Embiid, centers don't control this league. It's about guards and forwards that act like guards. And later in this game, Luka and Kyrie were on one. They lead a 15-2 run that was capped off by a Derrick Jones dunk. Too much firepower in Dallas for Anthony Edwards to be able to keep up. You get 34 points from Luka, 35 from Irving, and it's Dallas holding off the T-Wolves, 115-108. Lose one star, gain another. Ja Morant out for the Memphis Grizzlies due to some shoulder soreness. Kevin Durant is back for the Phoenix Suns. Grizzlies look to put out the Suns' fire. That was not an easy task because this dude is the easy money sniper. Durant throws down the dunk. On the other end, Marcus Smart lines it up and knocks it down, doing his best to replace Ja Morant at point for the Grizzlies. It's a 1-point game midway through the second. How about KD showing you what hard work, dedication, and consistency can do? Been doing this for a little minute, says KD, and one on the jump shot. Other end, Jaren Jackson using his left. Very random. I saw a video of the R&B star Her shooting at C. Brinkley's gym recently, and literally her jump shot looks like Jaren Jackson's. Devin Booker's gonna lob that thing up to Drew Eubanks, who's got the alley. No disrespect to her, but she ain't no Triple J. In the fourth, it's Jackson putting the Grizzlies up a point on the and one. We're now tied up at 112, 3 minutes to go. Who the Suns gonna call on? My guess is that dude. Good decision. Durant pulls up and knocks it down. He had 23, 10, and 5. Memphis could really use a bucket off the offensive board. They go to Desmond Bane, and Bane delivers. No Ja, no problem. He puts the Grizzlies up by 1, and then Jackson, he led the way for Memphis with 28 points, 11 of 20 from the field. The Grizzlies come into Phoenix, walk in your trap and take over your trap, and get the 6-point dub without their leader.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories, I talk music, I cover sports. I am culture. I am FERRO.